I've just seen the final press conference for Kell Brook versus Shawn Porter. And I have to say, to me, Kell Brook looked nervous as hell. He was on stage with Shawn Porter and Oscar De La Hoya for the photographs. And everyone knows, Kell Brook's been in that position long enough to know that there has to be a stare down between the two guys. They always get that picture. Kell Brook, to me, he didn't know where to look. He was looking all over the place, touching his nose. And all the while, Shawn Porter looked totally relaxed, smiling. He didn't look agitated or fidgety at all. Kell Brook didn't know where to look. And then he shook Oscar De La Hoya's hand. De La Hoya didn't put his hand out for Kell Brook to shake it. But Brook put his hand out, you know, and shook Oscar De La Hoya's hand, then tried to walk off stage before the stare down. To me, he looks absolutely like he's shitting his pants. He looked nervous as hell to me. Shawn Porter, like I say, totally calm and relaxed. Then they did the stare down when De La Hoya called him back on the stage. Brook just looked so uncomfortable to me. And people think I'm overstating this about Brook's nervousness, but like I say, he was extremely nervous the first time he fought in the USA, and that was just against a journeyman on an undercard with a crowd that didn't even care about the fight, and he was nervous. Yet Cleverly fought on the same bill, and he wasn't nervous in the slightest. I'm not saying Cleverly's a better fighter, but he certainly handles his nerves better than Kell Brook does. Will nerves get the better of Kell Brook in this fight? Again, people think I'm overstating the case when I said that Kell Brook has brought so many people over. His entourage have come over primarily because they need to control Kell Brook's nerves, to try and make Kell Brook feel comfortable. And for those people who think I'm talking rubbish, well, go click the link in the description below. There's an interview with a member of Kell Brook's entourage. And in that interview, within the first 2 minutes of the interview, I think it's like a minute and 45 seconds in or something like that, he says, well, the reason we're here is to help Kell Brook with his nerves. So his entourage is even openly saying that they're here to keep Kell Brook's nerves in check. And then there's another interview, which I'll leave a link to in the description below, with a promoter, a trainer in the UK, one of the best known trainers at the moment in the UK, Joe Gallagher. And he says, and it's a very good interview, by the way, with Joe Gallagher. I urge you all to go watch it. And Joe Gallagher says, we all know Kell Brook is a nervous fighter. So it's not just me, people. It's not only me that's noticed this. There's actually trainers, top trainers in the UK who have also known. And the way he's saying it is as if it's a known fact within British boxing circles that Kell Brook has problems with nerves before fights. And this is why I said to you, him being out of his comfort zone all the way over in America, dealing with jet lag, dealing with a different climate. Trust me, people say it was hot in Sheffield. Sheffield is nothing like the climate of California. You know, dealing with the jet lag, being in a different environment, out of his comfort zone. At weigh-ins normally, or press conferences before Kell Brook, most of Kell Brook's fights, like before the Sinchenko fight, Kell Brook looks fine, looks confident, happy, relaxed. Before this fight, where he's out of his comfort zone, he looked nervous as hell. Will that nervousness actually help him and make him sharper? It might. Sometimes fighters actually improve with nerves. It gives them that extra sharpness. But more often than not, from what I have found, it actually causes them to freeze. And again, I have to reiterate, I'm not someone that questions Kell Brook's ability when compared to Shawn Porter. I think Kell Brook has a comparable ability to Shawn Porter. I think if the fight was in the UK, I'd give Kell Brook a good chance of winning. But his nerves, I think, are his biggest weakness. He has other weaknesses, obviously, as a fighter. But I think his nerves are his biggest weakness. And I think that's going to be the telling factor in this fight. I don't think Kell Brook is going to hold up well mentally. I think Shawn Porter is going to be a step ahead of him. I could be wrong. If Kell Brook, after the first, few seconds of the fight, starts getting comfortable and the nerves dissipate, then maybe he will be able to win the fight. I'm not discounting that idea, but I don't think he'll be able to keep the nerves in check, man. I see a scared fighter right now. A scared fighter. Maybe you've got a different interpretation of it, but like I say, his entourage have said they're here because of Kell Brook's nerves. Joe Gallagher, well-known trainer in the UK, says Kell Brook is known. We all know that Kell Brook's a nervous fighter. So as far as I'm concerned, what I seen at the final press conference was a very nervous Kell Brook on stage when they just before the stare down and during the stare down. Very nervous. Drop your comments below. Let me know how you feel, and please don't come with no nonsense about, oh, you're a Kell Brook hater or you're this. Listen, I don't get into hating. Why would I hate Kell Brook? If Kell Brook wins, good luck to him. I ain't got nothing against Kell Brook. I'm just saying what I see. And some other guy said, oh, you know, so many British fans have got an inferiority complex about British fighters. No, there's no inferiority complex. Amir Khan, Nathan Cleverly, say what you want about them as fighters, but they don't have this nervous disposition that Kell Brook has. And that's the reason. I'm not picking Kell Brook to lose mainly based on the fact that I don't think he's in Shawn Porter's league as a fighter. No, I think he is in Shawn Porter's league as a fighter from a physical standpoint, but I don't think he's in his comfort zone, and I think he needs to be in his comfort zone to fight to the best of his ability. So anyway, go and have a look at the press conference, have a look at the interviews I told you about, the one with Joe Gallagher and the one with the member of Kell Brook's entourage, and tell me what you think. This is Hatman, I'm out.